برای توی کوچه رقصیدن، برای ترسیدن به وقت بوسیدن، برای خواهرم، خواهرت، خواهرامون، برای تغییر مغزها که پوسیدن، برای شرمندگی، برای بیپولی، برای حسرت یک زندگی معمولی، برای کودک زباله‌گرد و آرزوهاش، برای این اقتصاد دستوری، برای
For dancing in the streets, for our fear when kissing loved ones, for my sister, your sister, our sisters, for the changing of rotted minds. These lines from a powerful song, Baraye, or Because, which the singer Shervin Hajipour stitched together from social media posts of people across Iran, give just a sense of some of the reasons the people there have filled the streets relentlessly for the last 4 weeks, even in the face of murderous repression. A righteous uprising that was sparked after the vicious murder of 22-year-old Mahsa Jina Amini at the hands of the fascist Islamic Republic of Iran's so-called morality police. Her crime? Allegedly wearing her hijab, the head covering that is mandatory for all women and girls aged 9 or older, improperly.
ما نره خشم هزار بی صداییم، شورشی کمریشه انقلابی داریم، عرب و آشوری، ارمنی، ترکمن، مازنی، سیستانی و بلوچ و تالش و تات و آذری، کرد و گیلک، لور، فارسی، قشقایی، ما اتحاد رودهاییم، دریاییم، ورزشکار و هنرمند، دست فروش تا کاسب، از محصل و معلم، مهندس تا کارگر، میکنیم کرگوش دیکتاتور و با ساز حق، زن زندگی آزادی.
Don't call us rebels. We came for revolution. These lines from a rapper named Tumaj reflect the spirit, the courage, and the hope of this uprising that has captured the attention of the world. This uprising has brought people together across generations and nationalities, and from among all sections of the people. As the Communist Party of Iran, MLM, put it in a recent statement, with the murder of Mahsa Amini by the Islamic Republic's hated murder patrol, thousands of people rose up in dozens of cities and provinces, and Iran is once again witnessing a massive, widespread popular uprising. But this is a qualitatively different event from the magnificent popular uprisings of the last few years. This is the beginning of a situation that could lead to the overthrow of the Islamic Republic. This statement is titled Goodbye Garbage. It's a sarcastic reference to the song Hello Commander, which Iran's school children have been forced to sing, which praises Iran's supreme religious authority, the Ayatollah Khamenei. And it is beautiful to see these school children rising up, shouting down the Basiji, the religious authorities, and stomping the pictures of the Ayatollah that used to hang on their walls. It is beautiful as well to see this rebellion taken up by oil workers who went on strike and blocked the roads. To see digital warriors disrupt the official broadcast of the Islamic Republic with a picture of the Ayatollah on fire, with the faces of Mahsa Amini and others who have been killed in the uprising, and the words, "Join us and rise up. The blood of our youth is dripping from your claws."
نادر مهدوی که چند بار اسمش رو اینجا آوردید آقایون، کسی از دوستان ما که وارد در این موضوعات میگو اگر این نادر مهدوی
And to see women and men around the world standing up with those courageously rising up in Iran. At the same time, it's crucially important to understand what is pointed to in the same statement from the Communist Party of Iran, Marxist-Leninist Maoist, Goodbye Garbage, where they write, "We saw volcanic flames of anger and empowerment in the proud scenes of recent days. The start of a revolutionary process does not ensure its inevitable victory. The victory or defeat of this revolution depends on various factors. The key issue is that this time it should not be allowed to be diverted. In order to eliminate the source of all forms of oppression and exploitation, to bury the veil and oppression of women, to eradicate poverty, misery, and hunger, to eliminate national oppression and cultural and political tyranny, to save the environment, we have to overthrow the decadent Islamic Republic and over its ruins build an entirely different economic and social system, namely the new Socialist Republic of Iran. Too many times it has been the case that masses have risen up, whether in Iran in 1979 or Egypt in 2011, or many other instances that could be cited, only to see one oppressive and reactionary regime replaced by another reactionary oppressive regime. This must not be allowed to happen here. For this reason, it is a great thing for humanity that there is a force in Iran, the Communist Party of Iran, MLM, that has the necessary orientation and is fighting to gain leadership and grow its leadership and influence to be able to take this struggle where it needs to go, to a real communist revolution that brings down and overthrows the Islamic regime and breaks firmly and fully out of the grip of the global system of capitalism imperialism, most especially the domination by U.S. imperialism. We need to support them and strengthen their efforts, spreading the statements they have published everywhere we can. We have these statements posted at revcom.us. Go there, read them, get them out to others. But also, if you are living in this country, you need to take responsibility for actively opposing the efforts of your government to influence and divert this uprising towards its ends. Biden, the New York Times, and many other mouthpieces and actors of U.S. interests are working openly and no doubt behind the scenes to take things where they want them to go. But the U.S. is not a liberator, not in Iran and nowhere else. Go to revcom.us and read about the actual history of the U.S. in Iran. Read about how the U.S. backed a coup there in 1953 and then propped up the murderous and rightly hated Shah for more than a quarter century, and all the torture and the nightmare that this caused Iran's people. Read about how the U.S. stoked and fueled both Iraq and Iran in a bloody conflict, treating the people of both countries as cannon fodder and stealing the lives of hundreds of thousands of people over 8 years in order to maneuver for advantage in the region and against its rival at the time, the Soviet Union. Read about the crippling sanctions the U.S. has imposed on the people of Iran and the grinding poverty, the deaths and the misery this has caused and continues to cause by the day. And as for the U.S.'s claims of backing women, look no further than its decades of steadfast support for Saudi Arabia, which is every bit as women-hating and repressive as Iran. The fight to keep the U.S.'s bloody claws off the fate of Iran's people should not be left to Iranians to fight alone. We have to wage this fight here, and we must do so as part of preparing and organizing to fulfill our biggest internationalist duty to the people of Iran and the people of the world, making revolution here, bringing down this system in its most powerful bastion, lifting the weight and the terror of U.S. imperialism off the backs of the people of the world.